Hello and welcome. I'm Sarah Sanger, and I'm excited to have you on our webinar today. I've been a cannabis entrepreneur since 2016. We made this webinar and our accompanying course for a simple reason. Everyone asks us how to get a cannabis permit. We're going to start to uncover the secret for you today. And if you like what you hear today, you can expect much more detailed and useful information when you enroll in the full course we developed.
And I'm Belinda Smith, and together we are the permit pros when it comes to getting cannabis licenses. Today we're going to give you some really valuable information on how to approach and think about this very lucrative industry. Because as Sarah mentioned, yes, everyone asks us, how did you get your cannabis licenses? We're going to show you what's required to get a legal permit and start the cannabis business you've always wanted. If you've done any research, you know that to start a grow operation, manufacture a product, or open a retail store, you need a special license or permit. In today's webinar, we're going to explain the 4 big challenges everyone faces to getting a license. And we're also going to show you how you can make the ultimate shift from struggling to figure out the process and feeling uncertain of what steps to take and when to take them to starting a legal cannabis business worth a lot of money.
And for those of you that are with us today, if you stay until the end and decide to go on the cannabis license journey with us, when you sign up for our course, we'll give you a special bonus that we just added to our brand new program. We'll give you the details later at the end of this training.
So please turn off your cell phone, shut down all the windows to your computer, close the door, and give us your undivided attention.
So you're in the right place if you're motivated to do the work to figure this process out. The idea is, if you do it, you can move into this growing industry with lots of opportunity, doing what you love. I think you're motivated just because you showed up here today to watch our training.
So true. You're also in the right place if you're curious to see if you have what it takes, if this very complicated process is actually doable for a normal Joe or Jane.
And you're also in the right place if you want to learn and understand what steps you need to take and when you need to take them so that you are successful in your endeavor.
So a little about us. We talk to people daily who ask us how we've done it. So I just wanted to tell everyone, we make our living in the cannabis industry and have secured marijuana licenses many times, even in the toughest regulatory environments.
Some specific things that make us qualified are that we've both secured cannabis licenses. We've sold the licenses for, I'll say, for big bucks. We have real world business experience in this industry, including deep financial analysis, real estate development, and many other aspects. And our experience isn't specific to a single market. We have experience in social equity markets, merit-based processes, and in markets with extremely limited licenses. Between the two of us, we've been in this industry for close to a decade.
We've both learned a lot along the way, and I just want to say up front, getting a license is not rocket science, but it is complex. And what I've learned is that it's sort of like eating an elephant. Did you ever hear this phrase, how do you eat an elephant? The answer is 1 bite at a time. I think this is a very apropos statement for what I went through in obtaining my license. You literally have to take 1 bite at a time, or in the real world, do one thing at a time. The trick is knowing what to do and when to do it. And that's the complex part. Sarah, you've had an aha moment too, haven't you?
I absolutely have. Working in this industry has shown me that sometimes no means maybe, and maybe means yes. If you can push through the barriers that are presented, you just might have a leg up on your competition. For example, if you pitch an investor on your business idea and they say no, ask them why. It might just not be the right time or the right structure, and there may be a way for you to forge a path where you can work together and find a solution. If a city says no to a particular idea that you have for your license, the majority of your competition may just hang their heads and walk away. But if you push through, the opportunity and payoff may be even greater.
So not only do we have a lot of aha moments, but we also have real world legal cannabis industry experience. I've worked in cannabis since 2015. Ultimately, I sold my license to MedMen, and I did very well. Throughout my career, I've always worked in marketing and related business roles, and I've worked in 5 startups, which is a little bit of a different beast to a regular company. Overall, between the two of us, I'd say I'm more of the hustler and Sarah is more of the very polished analytical type.
Belinda, you're the absolute best kind of hustler, just a very creative problem solver and great perseverance. So it's really fun to see how you approach problems. I bring a very traditional background to the cannabis industry. I have an econ degree and an MBA, and prior to 2016, I was working in very traditional quantitative analytics and finance roles in corporate positions. But since joining the cannabis industry, I've been an advisor, consultant, and board member for several cannabis companies. So I've really seen the ins and outs of all the different aspects of the cannabis supply chain. I've developed cannabis real estate and cannabis licenses and have a lot of experience in different markets with different types of programs. And I also have a securities license and a real estate license that helps me pursue a lot of these projects in a fully compliant, legitimate way. And I'll take polished analytical. That's probably more me.
Yeah, for sure. So we've both had a lot of success where others have failed. I sold my license and have been able to go on some amazing family trips and also purchase a second home.
We've also had some great family trips because of the opportunities that have been provided, both from the flexibility of being an entrepreneur where you're always working, but you don't have to be working necessarily in one specific desk all the time, and also because of the economic opportunities that have been presented. As a successful entrepreneur, I've been able to be more selective about what types of projects and pursuits I spend my time on, which has been very fulfilling and intellectually stimulating.
But enough about us. Sarah and I really want to share what we've learned. And just anytime I tell someone that I got a license, they always ask me, how did you do it?
Yes, me too.
And then they say, well, how did you even get started?
Yes, me too. And then they proceed to, how much does it cost?
Exactly. So one day, Sarah and I got together and said, you know, people keep asking us how we did this. Perhaps we should teach people how to do it. I mean, there are a few key things they need to know, and we have a lot to share. On top of that, if they are seriously thinking about this, if they work hard, they can achieve their wildest dreams. But it takes certain tools, certain ways to think about things, and we should share them.
So I'd like all of you to think about your current situation. Can you imagine what your life would be like owning and operating your own legal cannabis business?
Yeah, 5 years from now, where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing? So let's get to the heart of the matter. Understanding how to get a cannabis license means many things, and one of them is that you will no longer just dream about your weed business, but instead begin to see yourself as the legal owner and operator of a fully licensed cannabis business. So let's break down the secret to overcoming the challenges of the licensing process, okay? Sarah?
Yes. So what we hear over and over from people attempting to get a license or interested in getting a license is that the process is overwhelming. It's just too complex and complicated. From real estate to the license rules to fundraising to running a cannabis business, it's a lot to figure out. It sort of seems like eating an elephant. And if you've never done it before, what if you mess up? We get it because we've been there. But that's why we are teaching you our process, where to start, and how to keep going. We've done it ourselves, and using our proven roadmap, we break it down for you so you understand what's first and what's next.
We also hear it's expensive. And yes, like starting any business, you're going to require capital. But we help you understand how to approach the financial parts, and we give you some excellent tools. I'm not a financial type person. Sarah is more of the financial whiz. But once I learned how to break it down, it was actually quite simple. In our class, we share actual figures from our own projects, give you the spreadsheet so you can input your own costs, and we give you fundraising tools and tips. There are a lot of people who want into this industry, and we explain how to approach them and teach you how to set up your business so you retain controlling interest. All of these elements are key to success in this industry.
And lastly, we hear over and over again how risky it is. And yes, it's risky given it's complicated and expensive. If it were easy, everyone would be doing it, right? But let's try to turn that into a calculated risk. With that great risk comes reward. So with this roadmap and proven tools, we think these risks are manageable and that you can see a path forward. We have broken down the process for you so that you feel safe and secure, knowing what steps to take, when to take them, and in which order. You are even armed with financial information so you can speak confidently about the process, from real estate costs to license fees.
And this is actually our last slide, Sarah. Remember, we realized that a lot of people don't want to hear this, but you don't know what you don't know. And there will be so many twists and turns, so many roadblocks, and you're going to have to power through. Yes, you may have run a business in the past, or maybe you've worked in a startup, or maybe you've even worked in a highly regulated industry, such as gambling. But I can honestly say nothing prepared me for this very unique cannabis world. So we have a lot of very important lessons to share.
Yep.
So you might be thinking at this point that it all sounds intriguing, but how do I make this happen for myself? So we have a question for you. Do you see how powerful it can be to have a proven roadmap, a step-by-step plan to help you achieve your goals? Would you like us to teach you what we did?
Let me jump in with a friendly reminder of why you decided to watch this webinar. You're doing research on what it takes to get a cannabis permit, and you're feeling frustrated because there's almost no information online. There is no roadmap. There is no financial data. This is a nascent industry with very little history. There's literally no one willing to share what they did and how they did it. We already know you're motivated to research, you're curious to understand what it takes, and you're ready to learn.
So here are your options moving forward, and we want to make it very simple for you. Are you going to keep moving forward as usual, without a plan, scratching around on the internet, trying to find information? Or are you going to take your newfound knowledge and try to do something with it? Option one is you try to research how to get a license, and then you're in the same place this time next year, still overwhelmed and frustrated. Or option two, you 100% commit to going through our process this year to learn how to get a cannabis permit using our proven roadmap.
If you're ready to learn what it takes to get your cannabis license and begin your journey to owning and operating your fully legal cannabis business, then we'd like to invite you to join us. Learn how to get a cannabis permit.
Our class is the only implementation program of its kind that not only gives you the understanding of how to get a license, but is also a complete roadmap that breaks it down and teaches you how to start up your legal cannabis business so you can begin to live the life of your dreams.
Our course is filled with insider knowledge, expert tips, and helpful tools to show you what it takes to thrive in this competitive business. Here are all the insights and essential business tools you'll gain from taking this online class. We'll help you answer how much money you'll need for the venture that you're envisioning. We'll give you the resources to complete your cannabis industry business plan, and we'll give you the tools to attract investors, secure real estate, and market your business to those interested in providing capital. Here are some more, including proprietary downloadable items that you can use to research and launch your business, including a template for your business plan, a spreadsheet to help you create your pro forma, and cost data from an actual project. And finally, the project plan that you get will help you meet your goals and deadlines and stay organized. The issue list will help you document and track your decisions, and the cost tracker will help you keep the financial and expense information organized for tax purposes.
If you paid a consultant to help you, or even just build your own hourly value into each of these items, how much do you think it would cost you? And how long would it take you? Another way to look at this is if we taught this course through a university extension program, and some universities have asked us to do so, what would you be paying them per unit? There are close to 4 hours of lectures, and the spreadsheets alone are hundreds of hours of work with real life costs. All of this comes free in our course.
On top of that, here's our very special bonus we were talking about at the beginning that we said if you stayed with us till the end, you'd be able to receive. If you sign up now, we are giving away membership in our private Slack group, which comes with 6 hours free consulting, where Belinda and I make ourselves available to answer your questions weekly for 1 hour a week for 6 weeks.
I would have killed to have 6 hours of consulting. I love that.
Right?
It's amazing. So I just want to remind everybody that neither Sarah nor I are extra special. We are both working moms. We don't have access to exclusive experts, technology, or resources. We just have a proven roadmap that has allowed us to secure cannabis licenses and win in the cannabis industry. Remember our aha moments? Eat an elephant and no often means yes. We have loads of these in our course we share with you that can help you gain the experience and confidence you need. And here's a little screenshot from a couple of years ago when I sold my license. Word was out and so many people made offers.
It's great. Let's talk about the other bonus we're giving. We have compiled a list of VCs, which stands for venture capital firms, and a list of investors interested in the cannabis industry. When you sign up for the course, it's one of our downloads.
And of course, we do offer a money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, show us your work within 30 days of enrolling and we'll give you a refund.
Okay, here's the last bonus we're giving. If you're gleaning anything from this presentation, it's that money is going to help get you where you want to go. We have compiled a list of crowdsourcing platforms that allow cannabis ventures to solicit investment. This again is free when you sign up for our course.
So let's look at the pricing again. If we add in all the bonuses, we arrive at a $4,100 cost. But if you sign up right now, we are offering this cost for just $497. We're doing this because we really want to help everyone navigate this path, and we feel it's a great value given our lectures, tools, bonuses, and feedback.
So here's the link one more time if you want to sign up. Remember, if you've been dreaming about starting a legal cannabis business, only you have the ability to get this done. You can't ask someone else to do it for you. Only you can do it.
I just want to show everybody the costs again. This is truly a great value for anyone trying to decide if they should get into this industry. Even if upon taking our course, you decide this industry is not for you, just think of how much time and effort you will have saved yourself simply by taking our class.
Not to mention how much money you would have saved. Yeah, that's great. That's a great point. Here's a peek at what the course looks like. It is a collection of modules broken down by industry issue, from real estate to financials to deciding how to talk about this with your friends and family. Not only do you get our lectures and insight, but you get the business plan template, the project plan, the cost tracker, and so on.
Yep, and we also give you a pro forma template so you can fill in your own costs. There is no real information online about costs to open a dispensary or a grow operation, etc. So this is a really nice asset to have when deciding whether or not to get into this industry.
And let's not forget about the bonuses. Our fundraising guide, which breaks down how to approach this market, has a list of VCs, a list of investors, and a list of crowdfunding apps. When I first got into this industry, it took me hours to track this down, and this would have been an amazing resource to have.
Completely. Don't forget, we're prepared to do some hand-holding with you. We have set up a Slack channel, and we're here to answer your questions with direct feedback on your personal path. We'll give you that feedback 1 hour every week for 6 weeks.
I'm so excited for everyone to sign up and excited to see you in the Slack channel. This is what the opening page of our class looks like, and it's available online for you to start immediately.
Let's just look at those costs again, because this really is a great value, and we went through them pretty quickly, but wow, what a great deal.
Let's review the fundamentals. We agree, this does seem like a huge undertaking. However, it can be done, and it starts by getting informed and breaking down the process into manageable steps. We're going to give you the roadmap.
I wish I'd had a roadmap.
Yes.
I did not have that kind of money when I got into this industry, but again, we'll tell you how I raised it and how to overcome this big challenge. And Sarah's got loads of experience doing this. It's not as challenging as you think it is. Consider what your friends are going to say after you tell them you're pursuing a legal cannabis license. They'll say, how can I invest?
That's right. Yes, every licensing process comes with its own expenses and set of risks. It's worth the time to understand the process, the risks, and the path to success before you begin your journey. We don't want you to look at it and simply just throw in the towel. The risks just might be manageable, and ideally they'll scare away your competition. This is a tricky process with lots of twists and turns. We've learned a lot of lessons the hard way and continue to learn the hard way through our experiences and the experience of others. Let us help you prepare for what might be ahead.
Good point. We'd love for you to join us on our journey, and we'd love to help you along the way on yours.
Thanks everyone for joining. We look forward to seeing you in our course and in the Slack channel. Goodbye.